One. Good afternoon mga kaibigan. Once again, you are watching Anything Under 3 Stars in the Sun. My name is Patrick, brought to you by
PinoyMattersTV. My name is Oliver, and welcome again.
Magandang hapon sa demokrasya. Buhay ka na naman ba o patay na naman? Lagi kang patay buhay eh.
Oo, sabi ng iba patay, sabi ng iba buhay. Ano ba talaga?
Kung ano yung issue doon sa buhay, doon siya namamatay.
Sino yung agrabyado, siya yung namamatayan. Sino yung hindi, siya yung
buhay na naman.
Good afternoon sa mga bago nating kongresista na nag-aagawan o kapwesto ng speakership. Palakasan tayo gumapa ngayon, ha?
Kanya-kanyang gapangan eh.
Kanya-kanyang gapangan. May mga naririnig ako na
Na?
si ganito, nagme-message si ganito,
Nagpapapirma.
naghihingi ng FaceTime
Support.
para makausap. Support.
Nangungulit eh.
Oo.
Nangungulit. Hindi, anyway, ganun talaga yun. Nanggagapanga. Parang ano yun eh, parang class presidency. Kung gusto mo talagang manalo.
Ganyan na yan, since time immemorial.
Boto mo ko ha.
Oo. May mga pangako yan sa isa't isa.
We'll dig deeper into that. Our topics for today would be R.O.T.C. Ano ba ang problema natin dito?
Death of democracy, freedom of the press, freedom of speech.
Right.
Ano ba talaga? Ang talaga yan.
Patay ba o buhay?
Oo.
O patay buhay. Raise the speakership and look at the contenders and their qualifications.
And ang ating
Back to school.
ano ba tayo? Back to school na topic. Baon ng mga estudyante. Magkano ba talaga? Magkano ba talaga dapat?
Ang patuwala natin ngayon, politika.
Politika
Pati ba naman sa opisina?
pero hindi na sa gobyerno.
Hindi.
Office politics.
Right. It's a very interesting topic. Okay, we go on to R.O.T.C. Okay?
Reserve Officer Training Corps.
Right.
Corps.
Ngayon, for everyone's knowledge, I went through the R.O.T.C. training, all of it. So,
MS 11, 12, 21, 22.
right. Nag-officer ka ba?
High school, CAT. College, hindi.
Ako wala akong tsaga sa ganun.
Officer
Seriously,
ako.
wala akong tsaga.
CAT officer ako.
Wala akong tsaga. So, briefly, tinanggal yan, a little history na, tinanggal yan dahil may namatay.
Hazing.
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 Okay, so, tapos merong accusations of corruption, etc., etc.
Mhm.
I forgot the name, kung alam niyo yung pangalan ng namatay doon sa hazing, please notify us.
It was a big deal.
Yeah, big deal. Kaya tinanggal yan. Now, Duterte, for good reason, gusto niyang ibalik yung R.O.T.C. At ibabalik na nga.
Babalik na. Okay na.
May mga contentions na lang kung anong level of education or anong level, kunyari, grade 1, grade 11 ba, 12, or sa tertiary na ilalagay.
Ang narinig ko is parang sa junior and senior high school.
Okay. Man may take ka doon?
It's almost the same as how it was before. First and second year college. Which is katumbas nung junior senior.
By the way, we let's lay out the groundwork first. Are we pro or against R.O.T.C? R.O.T.C?
I am overall pro R.O.T.C ako.
May talagang ano yun.
Overall, kasi may mga
Reservation.
Oo, pero in general pro ako kasi I know the benefits being an officer ng CAT. So I've learned a lot.
Okay.
Pero, yeah, ikaw anong
Ako
stand mo?
naman, ang stand ko dyan is yes to R.O.T.C, pero we'll discuss yung aking how we're going to do it in a bit in our discussion. No? Ngayon, meron kasing international law na bawal gamitin ang mga minors for military or warfare purposes.
Tama.
Okay.
It's not like it's being followed anyway. When it comes to a country engaging itself into war.
Hindi, here's the thing. Di ba dapat ang labanan dyan ay fair play? Pasok tayo ng fair play. Di ba? Hindi tayo gagamit ng mga bata. Ganun yun eh. Whether, kunyari, a rogue country or a bad country uses their minors, issue nila yun. Okay? Sa atin din natin gagawin yun. Now, here's the thing. The arguments there is, okay, hindi naman sila isasabak sa gera eh. Kunyari, minors, hindi mo naman ipapahawak ng baril yan. Training lang muna. Citizen training.
It's reserve officers training.
Right.
Corps.
Para maging reservist sila.
Reservist. So this is more or less you would be given basic training how to handle arms. And it's very important. We've heard mga aksidente sa baril, naglilinis ng baril, nailapag kung saan, mishandled, resulting to accidents and some of them deaths.
Mhm.
But if almost everybody has the proper training on how to handle these dangerous instruments, mami-minimize natin yun. I'm not saying it's gonna go away, pero at least mabawasan man lang yung mishandling.
Ang sa akin naman, just to comply with international law, ang dapat sa akin yung mga first year college or second year college.
Which is the same age as junior, senior.
Well, okay, pagdating na ng college ay tertiary na, doon sila dapat mag-training. Unang-una kasi, at that age, medyo may maturity na to handle things. Okay? Another thing would be, wala na tayong nilalabag na.
Ngayon, ang ano ko naman dyan, viewpoint ko is, you want to do it at an earlier age than tertiary education. So that, kasi your argument is mas matured na sila during that time. What I want to happen is use it as a tool to push them into maturity.
Medyo, ano yun shaky yung argument.
Oo, pero I mean, you can use it parang give them additional responsibilities, you train them, and then from there on, they start realizing some of the things that happens in real life.
May CAT pa ba ngayon?
Wala na.
Wala na. Okay, so probably we can modify that. Ibalik natin yung CAT for the younger people. Pero, call it part of R.O.T.C. Katulad doon sa'yo. And then yung heavier learnings would probably be for tertiary.
Pwede.
Okay, halimbawa na lang. Not everybody has the privilege of going through Boy Scout, etc., etc.
Naging Boy Scout din.
Hindi ako nag-Boy Scout. That's another story for another time. Mababang
I
ito.
will do my best to do my duty to God and my country,
Right.
and tell other people at all times and to obey the scout law.
Right.
And so on and so forth. I forgot the rest.
Okay. So,
Scout
ganito yan. I'm more on sa CAT and R.O.T.C. in general, ano ba ang tinuturo? Okay? Kasi ganito yan. Ikaw, pag tinanong kita about ano natutunan mo ron, definitely mas deeper ang learning mo. Dahil naging officer ka.
That's true.
But for yung mga ordinaryong kadete tulad namin, I really had nothing.
Right.
Now, another problem there is ang mag-handle niyan yung mga master sergeants, etc., mag-handle ng training ng military sa mga high schools, saka yung tertiary, etc. Fine. Now, they may be good soldiers, but they're very bad teachers.
True.
Ganun yan eh. Okay? Iba ang pagiging
not all of
soldier.
them, siguro.
Hindi lang yun. Iba ang training nag-training ka ng mga plebs, ng mga cadet, ng mga talagang sundalo versus mga estudyante.
Right.
It
Iba
is-
yung pag-push sa kanila.
Iba.
Lighter, you have to consider a lot of things.
Right. Hindi pwede yung tipong, tayo kayo dyan, ganyan.
Oo,
Follower.
collapse, di ba?
Hindi nila mabigit ka agad yun eh. So, I'd rather look at kung ano bang balak niyong curriculum. Di ba?
Yun yung isa rin sa magiging point ko. Ano ba yung magiging curriculum nito?
Yeah.
Anong
Kasi
coverage?
ito, totoo lang. Officer ka, pare, kadete ko. I promise you, I learned nothing.
Well, I've learned a lot of things.
Kasi nga, you went
And-
into it. You went into it.
You have valid points. Kasi, I have to admit, yung mga natutunan namin. Kasi sa CAT, what happens is, at an earlier year, third year high school, you volunteer to be part of the COCC, Cadet Officer.
Right, COCC, yeah.
Hindi ko tandaan. Career or something, I don't remember. Tapos you graduate and then the year after that, you become an officer. And when you become an officer on your last year of high school, kayo yung magti-train sa mga regular cadets.
Of course.
So we were the ones, especially ako, I was a lieutenant. So I was there, I have my own platoon. I do the drills, I do a lot of stuff. So there are assignments kasi per rank. Iba nagdi-discuss, iba nagagawa ng lesson plan. So it's good. It's very good training ground for us. Ngayon, again, I have to admit, hindi namin na-transfer lahat yung knowledge namin from the training to the And it's not because we didn't want to. It's just that we were not teachers. No, we were not teachers. We were students as well.
Exactly.
Tapos after nung training, tropa mo sa labas.
Right.
Di ba? Ang gawin mo, drop, give me 5, give me 10. Yari ka sa akin mamaya. Di ba? ganun eh. Although we were trained, we knew how to do it. It doesn't mean that we have
Transfer the knowledge.
the skills to be able to transfer that knowledge effectively.
Yeah, so a couple of things na siguro pwede natin itakal sa CAT and probably R.O.T.C. CAT, wag muna yung arms handling. Wag muna.
Arms
Teka muna.
Okay.
Teka muna. CAT, I'd rather look at, be heavy on first aid.
Okay.
Yan ang gusto ko mangyari sa CAT. Be heavy on first aid. That's very useful even for life. Di ba? Another thing is yung basic resourcefulness.
Right. So ito nga yung isa sa mga feeling ko na i-transfer namin pero not as effective.
Yes.
Topics like map reading.
Pwede? Hindi, ganito, let's upgrade that.
Hindi, pero kasi these things are very basic things that you might need someday.
Lalo ko walang signal.
Itong dalawang to,
Walang signal.
map reading and how to use a military compass.
Yes.
So those two things. Ngayon, people says, when you're lost and you have a compass, you get to where you want. Grab somebody, anybody off the road, kahit na 30 anyos pa yan, bigyan mo ng compass, iligaw mo, tingnan mo kung makabalik yan.
Hindi. I think, ito naman, on that note, we have to upgrade some things.
Yes,
Seriously,
of course,
we have to upgrade some
Kasi
things.
these knowledge we had are outdated.
Right. Yung map reading, fine. Pero kumbaga, it has to go with technology na eh.
Right, pero do you know that this
Kasi wala ka sa bundok, walang signal. No?
Hindi, pero
Yung gagawin mo.
it's not just that. This skill ng map reading ko made it easier for me to orient myself using Waze, using Google Maps.
Oh.
Kahit yung simpleng map ng mall, yung I know some people na hindi talaga maka-orient. They see the map, may dot doon, you are here. Saan tayo dadaan? Ayan. Saan yan? Kasi merong course sa military where talagang tuturuan ka paano mag-orient ng map. Pag nilapag mo yung map, meron yung northwest southeast na compass. Doon nakaturo yung north. Tatapat mo yung compass mo, kailangan i-orient mo siya sa tamang direction. Meron pa mga azimuth yan. Some computations that you have to do. And then you can use the map. That's the only time that the map is actually used.
It makes sense.
Right, oo.
Okay, ganito naman. Ako naman, I have very little knowledge of map reading. Pero ganito naman, little throwback. Na-ace ko yun, pare. I don't remember it now. Pero there was a game we used to play nung sa C18, tipong ginamit yung map, may compass. I was able to do that.
Parang hunt of some sort.
Pero ewan ko if it helps, pero ako kasi hindi ako geographically challenged na alam ko kung saan ako pupunta. Pag tumingin ako ng map ng mall.
Have you considered na maybe that helped you?
Maybe. I really couldn't tell. Pero,
kasi ako, I consider that part of that knowledge imparted to me na something that helped me become less geographically challenged.
Ako naman, sa akin, ever since I was a kid, I have a very good imagination. Tipong, I call it the imagination drone. Na kunyari nandito ako sa labas ng kalsada, iisipin ko kung saan ako pupunta. Parang I look at it, imagining from where. Ganun ako eh.
Nag-orient ka.
Nag-orient ako.
Right.
So ewan ko if the map reading help or ganun na talaga ako.
Right.
Pero meron talaga mga geographically challenged people na mahirap talaga. So, alam ko yan eh, yung hindi makalocate sa mall.
Forget about the mall. Waze. Saan tayo? Ayun, sila ng buhit. Dalawa yung kalye. Ayun, yung mahaba. Alin dito yan?
Oh, right.
Diba? They're not stupid. They're just...
Hindi lang talaga...
They're not used to getting their bearings right away.
Right.
Eventually, tinuturo ko yan. So, eto yan. Iikot ko yung mapa. Eto yung road na yan. Yan. Kita mo yan. So, nakita mo itong kalye. Eto yan. So, ibibigay mo sa kanya yung directions. And then, okay, it makes sense. So, they can orient, pero it takes a while.
It's a fun skill. Mga batang nanonood sa amin. It may seem old school, pero it's really fun when you get the hang of it. It's really fun.
Masarap siyang activity. So, yun nga, you want to focus more on first aid. Yes, I agree with that.
Life skill yan.
Life skill yan, oo. CPR,
Right.
something as basic as that.
Right.
Yung what to do when you see somebody having a seizure attack.
Oh.
Something as simple as that. Kasi yung iba nagpapanik, hindi alam gagawin eh.
Another thing is, kunyari, of course, yung ating mga kabataan, yung nanay, tatay nyo, pag may sakit or whatever,
Right.
you know what to do.
Anong?
At yung ating mga skateboarders, pag nabalian
Mga
ka,
trash can? Trash can?
Trasher,
Oo.
hindi trash can.
May magagalit sa akin mga kumpare.
Whatever. Pero yung mga skateboarders, pag kunyari nabalian ka, you know what to do first.
Right.
Kasi bago dumating yung talagang tulong sa'yo, it will take a little time.
Yung na-aksidente ka, nahulog ka sa mataas na lugar, bumagsak ka, the knowledge, having that knowledge na you should not move him, kasi baka ma-aggravate mo yung situation, don't move the neck.
Ituturo yun. And ladies and gentlemen, itong mga sinasabi namin sa inyo is natutunan namin
Right. How to prepare a splinter.
Yes.
Yung pag may bali, paano maglagay ng kahoy, and then paano siya talian. Basic skills na paramedics, alam yan.
Exactly. The Red Cross, meron silang program ng Red Cross na turo niyan. So, it would be very good yung mga educators ng Red Cross to...
Right. You can pull them up and they
be
can
glad
present.
to. And ito pa, ang pag-usapan natin ito yung previous podcast, doon mo ipapasok ngayon, nationwide, pare. Earthquake drills, what to do.
And then you can grab a random person and have them do it.
Diba?
Ganon.
Doon mo ipapasok yung earthquake drills, doon may maraming uses.
Samahan mo ng we have this, ito sa work ko na lang natutunan to, yung fire drills. And then seminars.
What to do.
Something as simple as
Na
how to use a,
yun na nga, I was about to get to that. Kahit na bata ka, alam mo, hindi tipong alien sa yung fire extinguisher, di ba?
Right. Pang alam mo lang, may lumalabas diyan pampatay. Pero, do you know how strong the pressure of that shit is? Kasi, there was this thing, this happened a couple of months ago. Dito, sa bahay namin sa Parañaque, yung katapat namin na poste, nag-spark, nag-apoy. So, we saw it kasi my mother took a video, nag-live siya sa group chat namin magkakapatid. So, just so we know, mga anak, ito yung nangyayari, pero okay naman, safe kami, malayo naman. Ang sabi ko, bakit wala kayong fire extinguisher? Sabi sa akin, kahit naman meron tayong mataas yan eh. Sabi ko, hindi.
Yung pressure na.
The last time I used a fire extinguisher, yung handheld na ganyang kaliit, na gano'n na isang kamay, binomba ko yun sa dati kong trabaho, this way back, early 2000 or late 90s. Ganyang kaliit na fire extinguisher, umabot sa taas ng poste.
Wow.
Because the transformer was on fire. And my boss, that time, was an American. Binigay niya sa akin. And I was doubting na aabot. Taas eh. Taas ng poste. Pag bomba ko talaga, lampas sa poste. And then that's the time I realized, okay, hindi to joke. Tapos, again, like what I was saying earlier, natutunan ko na lang to at work. And this was like 2011. Sinama ako sa ERT, Emergency Response Team ng floor. So tinrain kami ng basic training lang ng mga firemen, mga fire officers.
Pwede rin yun sila mag-train, di ba?
Right, sila rin.
So not necessarily militaristic yung yung dating nung...
So maybe we can do that in high school, yung militaristic sa college.
Oo. Sabi ko nga sa'yo, maraming pwede yung kanyari, how to start a fire. Diba? Just in case nag-camping kayo sa labas.
Right.
Diba? You need to cook something.
Minsan kahit may post-pro ka na, masarap lang siyang gawin eh. Parang...
For the challenge of it.
Ano siya eh, bragging skill. Guys, kaya nyo ba to? Diba?
Ano bang magagawa?
It adds fun to what you're doing.
Right. And sikat ka pag marunong.
Diba?
Diba? Hindi namin ipakita sa inyo ni Oli, meron kaming isang common na bracelet eh. Yung yung may ripcord. Paracord. Saka meron din siyang
may whistle. May flint siya. Flint. Pero dalawang bakal siya na when you scratch them with each other, nag-spark.
Ngayon, here's the question.
May whistle siya sa side.
For some reason, I bought the thing, not because it's cute, but because, it was in me na tipong baka maging...
That's the same. Nakita ko siya. We went to the AFP Museum. Field trip ng anak ko. I was the adult
Companion, yeah.
looking after her, my daughter. Tapos, sa intro, nag-briefing, and then sinabi ng isang soldier na, oh, we also have these bracelets, explain niya kung anong uses.
May ano pa nga, may compass pa minsan yun, di ba?
Pero this one doesn't. Usually yung mga relo yun yung mga diver's watch. So, in-explain niya, tapos sabi niya, paracord to, this is not a regular tali, which can handle, I think, about 250 kilos. That you can unwind if you need tali on emergencies. Yung pito, if you're lost or lumindol na tabunan ka, like yung nangyari sa Pampanga, nasa ilalim ka, pipito ka.
Para alam nila kung nasa
they would know. Kasi, imagine nakakulong ka sa ilalim, nakadagan sa kalahati ng katawan mo, you're boy ka, hindi ka na makagalaw, you're immobile, tapos compare yung pagpito versus pagsigaw ng tulong.
Right.
Yung, di ba yung...
Travels faster.
Pati yung effort na exert mo, papagod ka, hingalin ka. You have to conserve the energy. So, those things.
Another thing would be, wala nang ganitong program yung YDT, if you remember. Youth Development Training.
Saan yun? Elementary, di ba?
Yeah, wala na eh.
Parang predecessor siya ng CAT.
Sa YDT, CAT, then R.O.T.C. Now, what I learned from YDT, pare, here's what I'm proud of. Ang unang tinuro sa amin nun was how to cook things.
Sa Boy Scout. Sa Boy Scout.
Hindi, sa YDT ko natutunan yan. And right now, I'm, doing...
Basic prito,
Yeah. From there, yung basic prito, nakapagluto ako ng adobo, etc., etc. And right now, I'm an amateur chef.
Imagine this, so.
Wala akong training. Just that, hobby ko lang na once in a while, pag lang na may special guest dito sa bahay, ako nagluluto ng mga masarap.
Right. So imagine this, pero kang 5th grader or 6th grader na kayang magluto ng basic.
Yeah.
Diba? Or at the very least, kaya niyang i-handle yung kalan.
Right.
Hindi ka nag-aalala na. Diba? Hindi ka nag-aalala na.
Yun.
O anak mo, kung gagalawin niyang kalan, delikado.
Marami sa ating mga youth ngayon do not know how to cook.
Right.
Men, boys and girls.
Boys and girls. Ngayon,
there are adults na kilala ko, hindi marunong magluto. Oh my God.
There are couples that I know na walang ginawa, hindi kumain sa labas.
Ano ba yun? Basic skill yun eh.
Pero nagkaanak, eventually, pinuwersa niya yung sarili.
Yeah, but I don't think the food is
diba?
quite
You just
good.
learned. Kasi along the way, especially mga lalaki, sa totoo lang, nakaka-arte magluto ng lalaki.
Yeah. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, may uses talaga yan. As long as gusto kong makita yung curriculum niya maganda.
Right.
And yung mag-educate sa mga tao. Katulad yung sinabi ni Oli, marami siyang na-absorb as a skill. Hindi niya na-transfer lahat. And minsan half-baked pa.
Right.
Kasi to begin with, he's not an educator. Wala siyang skills to.
Di ba? I mean, you're teaching, your students are the same age as yours.
No.
Tapos, you basically have the same level of
So,
intelligence.
That's one part of it. And yung basic life skills should be done at the high school level. Yung sinasabi lang 11th grade, 12th grade. Okay ako doon, give them basic life skills. Okay?
Ngayon, the one thing that you were saying na don't let them handle arms. I think, and this was also, I think, what was, it was used to excite yung students, is you make them, you let them know na, okay, eventually after all these skills that are passed, magkakaroon tayo ng field trip ng baril. Para siyang bonus that you have to do well so that you qualify for field trip.
Hindi mo na. Seriously, hindi mo na. Sa college na. Yun naman ang ito naman, this part 2 of that. Yung again, gusto ko makita yung curriculum ng college. Okay? Curriculum ng college on R.O.T.C. Okay, R.O.T.C. sa totoo lang, na-buisit lang ako. We did nothing but march on the parade grounds and taught that. Okay. Now here's the thing. Sabi nila, it inculcates discipline and following orders, etc. Fine. Pero you have to make it a little more interesting than that. Otherwise,
you're giving credence dun sa mga kumukontra na don't be a blind follower.
Right.
Diba? You don't give them credence na yun lang talaga yung ginagawa niyo. Diba? They make you realize that you have to follow orders because it's been a saying, diba, na a good leader is a good follower.
Yeah.
You need to know how to follow for you to be able to lead.
Tapos doon mo siya ano ba ang firearms? Ano ba ang military equipment? Doon yun ang orientation muna.
So,
Ano
siguro,
ba
I think
a brief military
we
history?
have to do with to do away with yung garan. Wala nang gumagamit nun eh. M1.
Pwede.
Na
Hindi. Tingnan na. Yung garand is for drills yung
Hindi kasi may field strip ng garan eh.
yeah.
Diba, wag na yun. Start with the M16.
Oh, di ba sabi nga ni Duterte marami tayong bago.
Plus, mas madali mag-field strip ng M16.
Konti lang ang parts eh.
2 pin lang yun. Bukas na yun. Tapos hugutin mo na yung bolt.
And basic gun care.
Basic gun care.
Gun handling.
Something as simple as trigger finger.
Yes. Ano ba yun? Pwede na rin at that point, dahil medyo mature na, first aid on gunshot wound.
Right.
First aid lang naman.
Pero hindi mo naman
Hindi ka naman
babarili.
mag-surgery doon.
Ano lang, pressure. Diba?
Yung tipong kunyari, halimbawa, tinamaan ka.
Sa noo.
Anong gagawin mo? Diba?
You put pressure on the wound.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yun naman, hindi pwede sa mga, baka masyado matrauma. Di ba rin? Masyado matatrauma yun.
Hindi mo naman sila babarilin or ano. Pero,
hindi naman, pare.
what we're saying is,
Huwag ka rin magpakita ng mga graphic.
oo.
Ganito,
Siguro mayroon
sumabog ang bungo.
kayong demo. May demo kayo, di ba? Na lagyan mo ng ketchup or whatever.
Whatever.
Di ba?
Whatever. But the thing is, these things are also life skills. Di ba? So that's what I'm saying. You can teach, kunyari, military history. Ano bang naging role natin sa World War I, World War II,
Right.
and our current standing kung bakit mas importante at this day and age na magkaroon tayo ng R.O.T.C.
Right.
Now, these things could only be cascaded properly kung educator talaga ang nagtatransfer niyan. Okay? Katulad nga ng mga programs na sinasabi sa'yo. Halimbawa, it would be fun to, by the way, still sa batch namin, I still hold the record ng ng fastest tripping ng M16. So,
M16 is one of those.
napagtripan ko lang yun. Tipong, I was bored that day. Just one of those weird times na nakinig ako sa instructor. Kasi hawak-hawak niya baril eh. Nakinig ako, tapos sige, stripping tayo, ganyan na. Nasa karami kami noon. Tapos, okay, fine. O kaya also, kahit yung mga 45.
Madali lang din yun.
Hindi, I mean, you know.
But what I'm saying is madali sa amin because we've seen that.
Yeah.
Pero, I mean, there are some people na takot sa baril.
Hindi, wala nga yung fear.
Yun nga eh.
Baril mo.
Natatakot ka sa baril because you never had the opportunity to understand the tool. It's a tool. Kung takot ka sa baril dahil nakakamatay yun, yung martilyo nakakamatay rin.
Kutsilyo.
Butter knife. Nakakamatay. Yung etong power bank na to, pag itinalo ko sa ulo ng kung sino to.
Si John Wick nga, pencil.
Tuloy mo, yung ginagamit ng mga anak natin sa eskwelahan.
John Wick,
Deadly weapon.
pencil.
So,
anyway.
Yun, so,
here's another thing. Probably, basic self-defense. Yung hand-to-hand. Basic self-defense. Everybody will, alam niyo, pag kunyari na-hone nyo yan, lalakas ang loob ng mga babae, and mas mababawasan na mararape because they know how to defend themselves.
right.
Diba?
Right.
Yung mga ganun. Hindi yung tipong, narinig ko na sa mga discussion na babasa ko sa mga R.O.T.C. Kailangan natin balik. Patriotism, blah, blah, blah. Hindi okay. Anong practical uses na yan?
Maybe. Sige, patriotism. Plus na lang yun.
Oo. Also, you have to make it, enjoyable. Kasi iba ang learning curve ng mga bata ngayon.
Right. Mabilis sila. Actually.
Hindi lang yun.
Pero,
hindi katulad natin hard learning nun. Hindi. Hard learning tayo nun. Memorize, blah, blah, blah. Remember yung 12 regions, tapos yung mga capital, di ba? Remember that? So anyway, you have to make it entertaining for them. Di ba?
Yung attention span nila kasi ngayon is very short.
Iba. Ang bilis eh.
Kailangan
sila
super
mag-absorb.
interesting talaga.
Yeah. It has to be very interesting.
Para mag-linger yung attention nila doon sa specific topic.
Ngayon, kung ang gagawin nyo ay katulad lang ng ginawa sa akin, ito, pakinggan ko lang gusto kong pakinggan. It doesn't really dig deep sa akin na tipong ito.
Yung nangyari sa akin dati, nahuli kami nagpupusoy ng officer ng college.
Di ba? I mean,
But yeah.
marami siyang practical uses.
So, another alternative that I can see is and I've seen suggestions similar to this, is yung ginagawa ng Singapore and ng South Korea. Compulsory military service.
Pwede rin yun.
And this should be done either during college days or after.
Pwede. As part of before graduation. Kaysa yung planting trees.
Oo. At pagtaninin mo sila habang sundalo sila, you can incorporate that. Pero yun nga.
Actually, I like that program. Yung di ba, yung lahat ng citizens mo kailangan mag-render ng military service before ka
They
gumagay.
become soldiers or they undergo actual military training.
Dapat lang. Sa akin, dapat lang. And if in case that program is available today, I would probably enroll. Probably enroll.
Maganda siya kasi unang-una it's healthy. It forces you to do exercise.
And kung kunyari, magkaroon man ng, alam mo naman, ang napaka-volatile ng ating international scene ngayon. Kung magkaroon ng problema, hindi kayo tipong isa ka lang sa casualty. Bumagsak ka man ng lumalaban, di ba?
Kasi ngayon, having go through the knowledge of how to handle arms, and sometimes I'm thinking, what if biglang war breaks out or something similar? Dati, I'm thinking, automatic mag-enlist ako. Pero ngayon, since I have a family, una kong naisip is I will find a weapon and I will make sure that nobody gets in my house.
Secure mo muna yung bahay mo.
Na I will probably try to think like a soldier, pero although I don't have the full training, I have basic understanding. So, at the very least, I can protect myself and my family.
Ako naman ganito. Kunyari, if that were to happen here, all able-bodied people din sa bahay enlist.
Well, that's basically what normally happens, especially pero wala naman tayo kasing conscription, so. Pero if conscription happens, ganoon talaga mangyayari.
Pero imagine na lang, kunyari, at that point na magkaroon nga ng gano'n, wag naman sana. Pero, kumbaga, imagine at that point, yung ating mga 11, 12 graders na pwedeng mag-handle ng first aid ng ating mga sundalong lumaban na, useful na sila.
Right. You don't need to send them to the battle.
Yes.
Pero they can be behind the lines.
Help.
Diba?
They can help.
At the very least, di ba, mag-nurse sila ron or field.
Hindi. Kasi that's a little too gory, no? Siguro pag kailangan talaga. Pero yung tipong, yung assist mo yung nurse in or doctor somewhere. Kunyari, kailangan lang, kumuha ng tubig dito, ganyan. Ganon. Or get some more bandages. Alam mo yung gagawin mo.
Right.
Hindi yung, anong gagawin natin?
Plus, if that happens kasi, you will need first aid knowledge. Kasi it's gonna be everywhere.
Okay. Now, here's the counter-argument to that. Sa mga nababasa ko rin. Sabi nilang gano'n, bakit pinagtutuunan ng Duterte ang R.O.T.C and military blah blah blah, samantalang kulang tayo ng mga teachers at mga classrooms? Ano sa iyo, Bre?
It's a separate conversation.
Yes. Talagang maraming problema.
Kasi we can use the same argument na bakit ngayon pinupush nila na taasan ang sweldo ng teachers when yung mga sundalo natin is not getting the right support that they're supposed to be getting. Or bakit inuuna natin yung EDSA, maraming nagugutom na Pilipino. You can always find something wrong.
It's not perfect.
Diba?
We're trying.
There are separate departments working on that. Maybe not as efficient as we want them to be. Pero I mean, there are going to be problems. There are problems, and there are solutions being done. Probably not to our liking, pero they're doing something about it.
Tapos isa pang argument, there are more other ways to teach patriotism, like history.
But we already have that.
Yeah.
Diba? I mean, kasi ngayon, puro sila And here's an observation. I posted this on my Facebook page as well. If you notice, ang kumukontra lang is either leftist or yung talagang walang ibang ginawa kundi kontrahin lang yung administrasyon. Everything they say, against sila. Tulad nung sinabi natin nung election special natin, na merong pro-gay marriage, ano ba si Pangulo ngayon? Anti? Pro.
Bumaliktad Nang pro siya dati, baliktad
Hindi, parang para siyang ako parang somewhere in the middle. So parang BBL. Okay, so kung pro BBL yung Pangulo, mag-aantay sila. Kung bigla mag-switch magsuswitch din yun Yung mga ganong klaseng tao lang yung nagreklamo and yung mga kaliwa. Bakit yung kaliwa? Because
magiging potential.
one of the things that I've noticed is when you go through military training, some of the guys actually becomes interested in becoming soldiers. Diba? And when that happens, sobrang dami makakalaban ng mga kaliwa.
Right. That's true.
Mag-bloat ang armed forces natin. We will have double the number, triple the number of reserves.
Right.
Diba? And when they do stupid shit,
okay, baliktad natin. Mag-ano na lang tayo. Truth to matter na lang. Hindi naman sekreto to. The NPAs use children.
yes, they do.
Oh.
They recruit in universities.
Extremists, yung mga extremist terrorists use children.
Right.
Okay?
Yung mga
Dito nga sa
terrorist
atin,
tayo,
yung
mga
programa
ISIS.
natin, yung programa nga ng R.O.T.C, we're actually preparing them for that kind of attack.
Right. Plus, we're educating them not to be brainwashed.
Oo. We're preparing, halimbawa lang yung first aid, blah, 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 blah. How to purify water. Kung kunyari, atakihin yung ating mga facilities, you know what to do. Hindi ka mamamatay ng ganun lang.
Diba? May bukal sa likod ng bahay mo.
Oh,
You
how
can
do
drink
you
the
purify?
water.
How do you purify? Ganun. Survival skills. Kasi napaka-volatile, hindi natin alam kung ano mangyayari. Hindi natin alam kung sino yung kalaban Kasi hindi naman naka-uniform yung mga yan
Hindi naman yan magpapakilala na kalaban nyo ako, papatayin kita. Hindi. Lalo yung mga terorista na yan. Imagine if half of Marawi people knew how to defend themselves. Hindi ganun kalala siguro yung damage. Plus, hindi ganun karami ma-recruit nila.
Right.
Yung mga bata, yung mga teenagers yung nakuha ng video ng iba.
So,
yung mga yun, teka, ba't ako akampi sa inyo?
If anything else, pare, if in case this happens, yung mga ating mga kabataan will know what to do.
Right. They will have
Diba?
to understand it.
May survival skills sila. Diba? Yun ang sa akin more than patriotism, more than discipline, more than all the trimmings niyan, it's basic survival skills.
Right. These are knowledge that they can use.
They can use. Yun ang aking gusto dyan. And hindi mo naman pwedeng ilalagay sa school yan sa math.
Hindi pati lahat. Tsaka hindi lahat ng school may grounds
Ha? Yeah.
Hindi lahat meron
Hindi. Ganito naman yan. Ang alam ko dyan, i-divide mo yung community into, kunyari, whatever useful things. Di ba meron yung R.O.T.C na pang AFP. Meron,
Mga branches
Air Force.
Force.
Meron pang Navy.
Kasi,
Meron pang...
alala ko nung CAT ko, Air Force kami. And then, pagdating ko nung college, Army. Iba yung ranking.
Right.
Iba yung rango. So, nung umpisa ko, medyo nagulat sa akin yung officers kasi na-identify ako as officer before. So, they attempted to put me on an officer role, which I declined. Sabi ko, I'm done with that. Iba yung culture ng Army versus Air Force.
And here's the thing. Halimbawa, katulad na sinasabi mo, there are schools na walang grounds. Okay? Pwede silang Air Force, hindi mo pasasakay ng aeroplano yung mga yan. To begin with, hindi mo bibigyan tigi-isang aeroplano yan. And of course, pare, ang dami nating government grounds. Ang dami nating basketball court, Sa totoo lang. Lahat ng barangay may basketball court.
Pasada nga, nagagawa natin court
Hindi yun ang pwedeng gamitin siguro ng schools na yung walang grounds. Yung mga pinagawa ng
mga plaza?
mga plaza, ginawa nila councilor, whatever.
Yung nakapaskil yung pangalan nila, konsyal at congressman doon
whoever. So there's no shortage of grounds for that. Okay yun.
Okay. So, let's move on from there.
So,
Medyo napahaba tayo.
R.O.T.C sa akin, it's quite good.
As long as we identify what needs to be done.
Ano ba ang tuturo niyan? Ngayon, kung marching lang, huwag na lang. Yun lang sa akin, Okay. Next. On that note, we talk about press freedom. Buhay nga ba talaga o patay ang demokrasya according to Rappler and ABS-CBN?
According to Rappler, ABS-CBN, and the opposition, patay
It's
na raw ang
interesting,
demokrasya.
Hindi sapol ang GMA. Because sa akin sorry na lang, GMA is more balanced. More balanced.
They hit on both sides.
Yeah. Ang sa ABS-CBN, bilang lang ang respetado ko ron. Number one of that is seated pilot. ABS-CBN. Okay? Sa sobrang nga lang dami ng topics na pwede niyang i-discuss, magaling ang research ng mama. Magaling.
Knowledgeable siya sa
Oo, hindi magaling yung research ng mama. Hindi siya yung magsasalita ng half-baked. Sa atin, marami pa tayo sinasabi half-baked.
Hindi naman tayo.
Pero, kumbaga,
wala search team, wala tayo. Hindi to full-time eh.
right. Tsaka we just read the news.
Right.
And the news that actually some of these people write. Sino ba? Sila Mike Enriquez, sila Arnold Cavio, pero sa ABS-CBN, mahusay dyan si Ted Philo. Okay?
Plus, one other thing that I'm looking at is the Lopezes are identified with ABS, right?
Oo.
And the Lopezes are identified with the Aquinos.
Oo.
So that could be it as well.
Pwede.
Di ba?
Pwede, pero sa akin, ano yun parang, di ba, Fox News versus CNN versus MSNBC, parang ganun yun Ganun talaga. You choose a side sometimes. Ang Fox naman, para talaga pro-Trump yan, kahit talaga ni Trump.
Fox kasi talaga is pure Republican yan. Talagang right-wing.
Parang ganun lang yun. Like, yung mga wala sa TV hindi ko nakikita sa TV, pero yung mga AM stations, and I listen to a lot of AM, na talagang pro-Duterte, na kahit anong sabihin niya, ni Duterte.
Medyo naiinis ako sa ganun. Nadadamay ako eh. Kasi identified ako as pro-Duterte. Bakit yung mga DDS mo ganito? Malay ko sa kanila.
Oo, ganyan.
I'm not them. May mga kinokontra ko. Bakit sila? Pakialam ko sa kanila.
Meron din naman na katulad ng Rappler, Mariosep, kahit ano lang gawin ng mama, walang ginagawa nila ng, this is obvious to all of you viewers, no? Na tipong positive man ang gawin ng presidente, gagawan lang ng negative spin talaga.
Right. Ito kanina lang.
Alam mo, similar ang Fox, ang Rappler sa CNN pag tinira si Trump. Similar.
Right. So ito kanina, I saw this tweet from one of the Rapplers, reporters. Nag-tweet yung isang reporter nung sinabi ni Panelo dun sa captain ng fishing vessel na we will never be slaves. Kasi di ba sabi nila parang para tayong alipin sa we will never be slaves of China. Alam mo nga paano niya finraise yung tweet?
Paano?
This is what Panelo said. According to Panelo.
According to Panelo, negative pa rin.
Di ba parang, okay, so you're implying na hindi yun talaga ang sinasabi ni Panelo. You're putting negative connotation. Oo. Parang, if Panelo says, China is in the right, the Filipino fishermen are wrong, titirahin niya yan. Ngayon sinabi niya na, no, we will never be slaves of these foreigners. Tinitira niyo pa rin. Saan niyo lalagay tao? Di ba?
Okay. Tignan mo muna kung ano yung, may special summary si Oli ng mga kaso na kinaharap ng Rappler, and we'll discuss that.
So, una-una, on an overview, the people who keeps on shouting slurs, making news articles against the current government are the ones that are complaining about the death of press freedom. Diba? Kung patay ang press freedom mo nung una, hindi ka makakapagreklamo. If you do not know what happened during the Marcos era, one time na magreklamo ka, sino yon yung pinagbisikleta sa Krame?
I don't remember.
Yung sa ikaw unlad ng bayan, bisikleta ang kailangan. So,
I remember the story, don't remember the person.
I forgot the name of the person, pero yun nga. So, here are, and this information came from Rappler's website. There are 11 cases on their list, their own list, against either Rappler or Maria Ressa. Okay, so, either or.
Halos isa lang naman dahil siya naman yung head nun.
So, yung first one is yung sa SEC na ongoing. I believe it's ongoing. Let me get my
Ang issue kasi niyan is uh, supposedly pagka kunyari media outlet ka operating here, kailangan 100% owned ka ng Filipinos.
To avoid yung yung conflict of interest.
Foreign
intervention. Oh.
Yeah.
So yun,
apparently ang Rappler is owned by a American firm. Ganito naman, to be fair to Rappler, certain percentage, hindi naman lahat. But the law is very
the law was
clear
very specific.
Na 100% Filipino. Yun ang problema
And
nila.
it's understandable why.
Yun ang, ito lang doon pa lang, hindi ko na alam paano sila lulusot. Kasi glaring eh.
May check di ba na
Glaring eh.
Medyo obvious sila. No? So,
na tipong talagang
yun nga, yung first is yung SEC versus Rappler. Ang status as of Feb 22, the SEC has yet to announce the results of its review. So, nag-ask si Rappler to declare that the PDRs did not amount to any semblance of foreign control. In March, Court of Appeals rejected Rappler's motion. So, it's still ongoing.
No. Ngayon, here's the thing naman. Ang ugali naman ng Rappler, nakakatawa yun. Ay, sabi ng Rappler, bakit si ABS-CBN meron silang ganito din? Si GMA meron din silang ganito. Nagtuturo ako siya.
Bata no?
Okay. The truth of the matter is, ang ABS-CBN and GMA, 100% owned by Filipinos. Ever since. Established na corporations yan. Now, meron man silang foreign funding, kunyari, may donate or whatever, hindi magi-invest yung foreigner through Filipino pa rin. Kunyari, ako meron akong tie-up na Amerikano, na kunyari for capitalization, ako pa rin yun.
Right. Ang pananagutan mo is dun sa investor mo.
Yes.
Pero ang pananagutan ng outfit is sa'yo.
Yes.
So, ang isang issue kasi dyan is, and this is with Rappler, is that yung investors nila actually has direct influence on decision making. Yun yung issue eh. You should not, no foreigners should have influence on decision making. Na when they say do this, you can say no. And it will not affect the investment.
Ang effect kasi nung kunyari sa ibang mga news outlets is, kahit na meron akong foreign partner na gano'n, isang boto lang ako eh. Yun lang ang sasabihin ko sa board. Na pwedeng lang i-accept, pwedeng lang i-deny, depending on what's the issue. Ngayon, sa Rappler, dumating si foreign, hindi, ito gagawin nyo. Iba yun.
I own a certain percentage, kailangan masunod yung That is where it becomes a problem.
Yes. Paano ka makakalusot doon? Good luck sa'yo.
So, moving on, there are another 4 counts of tax violations against Ressa and Rappler Holdings.
Pending pa rin yan. But here's the thing kasi. Ang tax evasion is tax evasion no matter how you put it. Ang nakakatawa kasi, ang Rappler is may mga benefits kasi ang ating mga news agencies for tax benefits. Ngayon, papasok mo yan dun sa foreign kung foreign investment nga nila. Ngayon, kung sumablay ka ron, bakit ka tumatanggap ng
Tama.
Kaya may tax evasion.
Ano siya, cascading effect.
Oo.
So,
hindi ka qualified for these tax benefits. Okay? Yun. Ganun lang kasimple. Kiniklaim nila. So, ito yan.
So, as of April of this year, Ressa pleaded not guilty to all 4 charges against her. She posted bail last year, December.
Publicized pa nga yan eh.
204,000 for all 4 counts. Next is another tax case against Maria Ressa and Rappler Holdings at the Pasig Court naman. So similar, does not mean ganun din. Same process. Sa ngayon, Pasig Regional Trial Court has yet to resolve the case. Has yet to resolve yung motion to quash ni Rappler.
Okay.
So, may motion to quash yung case and hindi pa na-resolve yun.
Hindi pa na-resolve.
So, it's still ongoing. Next, ito yung medyo high profile, yung cyber libel at Manila Court ni Wilfredo Keng. Yung cyber libel na kinaso yung pagbaba niya ng airport, dinampot siya, di ba? She posted bail, as far as I remember. Arraignment
Okay, this is naman, yung claim naman is a case of responsible journalism.
Right.
Eh, ang problema kasi napaka-sensationalized ng dating nung ginawa nila. So, nagmukha tuloy masama yung tao. Yun.
So, in this case, this is me slandering, libeling another person. And then when I'm held accountable, I cry foul.
Oo.
Di ba parang, freedom of the press, pwede kitang slander at libel.
No, that's not
No,
right.
that's not how it works.
Katulad yung pinag-usapan natin last podcast natin, freedom of expression is never absolute.
It's not absolute. Although you can still speak whatever you want,
Yeah.
you are still responsible for whatever
Whatever you say,
Yes.
you take the consequences of what you say.
So if you're complaining about sinosuppress yung ability, yung voice ni Ressa, look this up, ha? Si Cory filed a case against Beltran.
So,
Louis Beltran.
yung hiding under the bed.
Right. During isa sa mga kudita.
Kudita.
Beltran actually wrote an article saying na Cory Aquino hid under her bed sa sobrang takot during the ano. So, Cory filed a libel case. She won. And nagbayad siya na, di ba?
Si Beltran.
Beltran. Kasi during that time, hindi criminal case ang libel yata. Civil ba siya?
Criminal pa rin.
Criminal, okay. Anyway,
But here's the
siya.
thing.
But how come people were not shouting press oppression during that time?
Wala.
Right? Kasi right now, we're sensationalizing.
Hindi, here's the thing. Ang yung regarding kay Beltran case, he meant it as a parang tease.
Parang
teasing. It was like teasing.
Figure of speech.
Tinitease lang. Ang sabi nga niya during an interview, tipong, di ba natural lang naman yun bilang tao? Pagka kunyari may ganong klase nga, pupunta ka sa ilalim ng magtatago ka. Totoo lang naman yan.
Siguro the way it was written.
It was a tease.
Well, in any case, anyway, that case was resolved. Cory won. Ngayon,
pending pa rin.
Ngayon, it's almost the same. Ang masama pa rito is, this was done to an ordinary citizen.
Oo. Buti nilang pumalag. Kung kunyari, walang ano yan.
Diba, yun yung isa sa ano eh. So, next, ang status, arraignment has been set for May. I'm not sure, wala tayong update after that. There are other two violation, yung anti-dummy law and the securities code. So again, this is dun sa PDRs na in-issue nung company yan? Yung sa ibang bansa. Yun yung sinasabi natin, US. Yun din. So, same. It's showing that they are under the influence of a foreign entity. It's also set for arraignment as of May. Case number 10. BIR administrative proceedings. As of right now, it's pending at the BIR. So,
related yun dun sa tax evasion.
And lastly, libel complaint versus Ressa and reporter Rambo Talabog. And pala. So, former Undersecretary, now Agrarian Secretary John Castriciones filed a libel complaint over a series of reports on conflicts among officials and employees. So they're trying to sow animosity within the office of So,
okay, ganito. Kung parang ganito yan kung papasok ka sa ganyang klaseng argumento o negosyo or whatever, lifestyle, na tipong ang ano mo yung mambatikos, siguraduhin mong your background is clean.
Right. Diba? Parang he who has not seen cast the first stone.
Yun nga Kumbaga, halimbawa, tayo newspaper, blah blah blah, yung Rappler, Rolper, tawag. Tipong, make sure, bago ako pumasok sa ganyan, your taxes are okay, my taxes are okay, tipong wala tayong foreign blah blah blah.
Tapos saka tayo manilip ng...
Kasi wala silang pwedeng ibato. Alam nyo, mga kaibigan, dyan din nabuhay ang ABS-CBN and GMA. Okay? Kita mo yung kanilang mga commentators, etc. The hard-hitting ones, sila Jessica Soho. Na tipong bayad yung mga taxes nila, walang pending, ganyan-ganyan. So, makasuhan man sila once in a while ng libel, nilalaban lang yun kung paano nila tinake yun. Pero hindi namamatay yung press freedom just because ay magbayad ng taxes or tumitira ka ng tagilid.
So here's the funny part. This particular article, again, this is by Rappler. Ito yung closing niya. Ressa and Rappler have said these cases constitute a clear pattern of harassment against independent media and are meant to
Paano naging
intimidate.
harassment?
Yun nga yung same question. How? How is this a clear pattern?
Hindi ka lang nagbayad ng buwis eh.
Kinasuhan ka for your wrongdoings, biglang harassment?
Harassment? No.
Nagkataon lang na maraming pumalag.
Oo. Yung organisasyon butas-butas eh.
At the end of the day, you will have your day in court to prove if somebody accuses you, if the government is harassing you of tax evasion, prove in court that you paid your taxes.
Oo, you paid your taxes. Na wala kang foreign influence, so they prove it in court.
Diba?
And you know what, pag nalampasan mo to, you'll come out stronger.
Yes.
Kasi may credibility ka na hindi, ito yung pare, you come out stronger, may credibility ka sila. Hinaharas nyo kami.
Oo.
Di ba? Ano pa ba ang gusto nyo? Nagbayad kami ng taxes.
After that, tsaka mo sabihin na, napatunayan namin na nanghaharas lang kayo.
Ang ganda nun. That's a good story.
Di ba? You suddenly become,
I'd read that.
bida.
Magkakaroon ka ng credibility. Pero hindi, you don't cry harassment based on yung organisasyon butas-butas.
Right. Sablay na sablay.
Walang kwenta yun.
So, do you think democracy is dead?
No, it's actually working.
It's alive and well.
Otherwise, hindi na siya kinasuhan, kinulong na lang.
Right. Tsaka, every time you shout at the government for them not doing what you want them to do, you're free to speak.
Yeah, make sure
You just exercise that freedom.
make sure na kung gagawa ka ng ganyang organisasyon, intact ka. Hindi yung tipong pwede kang butasan ng butasan.
Ito ang nakakatawa eh. Whatever the government does as of the moment, most of them, I'd say almost all of them are legal eh. And they are crying foul, saying na whatever, like martial law. Di ba? Yung martial law na yan is ganito, ganyan. But it went through the legislation. That's what the law requires. So they're saying wala namang rebellion, walang invasion. Okay, then the Congress should say that that's the case and then lift the martial law. But, di ba?
Hindi, tuloy-tuloy.
Legislation is saying, yes, go ahead, proceed.
Hanggang ngayon pa ba? May martial law pa?
Meron pa. Sa Mindanao lang.
Right. Pero kasi alam nyo, just a little touch on that martial law thing. Ang nakakatawa niya, kahit basahin sa social media, you'll see it everywhere. Na tipong ang against sa martial law, hindi taga Mindanao. Kasi sa totoo lang tayo ha, bumasa ka ng napakaraming balita na every now and then biglang may sumasabog sa palengke, merong nagpapapatok sa ganyan, maraming namatay. Puro Mindanao eh.
Ito nakakatawa. So, siguro dati, it happens like 10 times a year. Ngayon, nangyayari 2 to 3 times a year. Biglang maglalabasan yung mga kontra. Kala ko ba, wala na yan, nakamartial law. You did not see the bigger picture. You're looking, you're nitpicking.
No, anyway, just a touch on ABS-CBN, although hindi pa naman sila nasususpend, sinasabi nila suppression of freedom of expression na naman.
No.
Pero basically, their franchise is up for renewal soon. End of the month yata, if I'm not mistaken. And
decision has to be
medyo
made.
magulo yan.
Gusto kasi nilang mangyari, automatic eh.
Magulo yan. Hindi, remember, ang licensure and franchise is a privilege, not a right.
Right. Ngayon, if the government decides, no, you don't deserve it anymore. Again, legal basis, if you have complaints, go to the courts.
Siyempre, bad trip yun pag hindi sila na-renew, di ba? Bad trip silang lahat noon. Imagine na lang yung investment nila kay Vice Ganda.
What I'm saying is, it will have negative effects on the workers and all the stuff.
Yes, yung mga
At the end of the day, it is legal. If you think it's that should not be the case, approach your nearest lawmaker, tell them to amend the law.
Yeah. Hindi, ang sa akin lang naman, I hope, wag masyadong, scrutinize of course, pero wag masyadong pahirapan ang renewal ng ABS-CBN because, it's just have to live with it. Ganun talaga. Okay, sabihin mo natin dilawan ng ABS-CBN, ganun talaga. Ganun talaga.
Ngayon,
Pero sa totoo lang, ang reporting ng ABS-CBN versus Rappler,
mas okay si ABS ng
oh,
konti.
definitely. Definitely. Hindi lang konti, 100%.
Pero we all know that the president is holding a grudge against
Against ABS-CBN. Oh, well,
He has his
talaga.
reasons.
Ganun talaga.
Pero at the end of the day, you keep on punching up, tapos you don't expect them na they won't punch down.
Kasi okay, pag tinanggal mo yung ABS-CBN, sino na, ano na panonoorin mo sa TV? GMA na lang, tsaka TV5.
Nakita ko nirepost ko Si Duterte lang pala ang tatapos kay Cardo. Siya lang palang tatapos kay Cardo.
But anyway, ano lang yan, I think it's all, yung ABS-CBN issue na yan, yung regarding their franchise, it's all political posturing na tipong, okay, loko-loko, ha? Parang ganun lang. But I think they will resolve it. Hindi, okay, ganito ha, for all his faults, hindi ganun kagago si Duterte. hindi,
Ano siya? Malakas siya mga attack.
Oo, aataking nga lang.
He will solicit a response from you.
Yeah. Pero ganun lang yun.
Yeah. So, okay, moving forward, speakership.
Okay. Ang in the running for speakership to replace Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, whose term ends next month, would be frontrunners are PDP Laban Pantaleon Alvarez of Davao del Norte.
Galing na siya dyan.
Pwede
Nag-speaker na siya. Pero nag-speaker na siya.
Aurelio Gonzalez of Pampanga, Lord Alan J. Velasco of Marinduque. Administration lawmakers would include Alan Peter Cayetano of Taguig, Martin Romualdez of Leyte, and the presidential son, Paulo Duterte. Okay? Fred Denil Castro of Capiz of the National Unity Party of outgoing Senator Legarda will also have also expressed interest in the post. Pantaleon Alvarez will discuss yung kanilang
question.
Go.
Hindi ba pwedeng mag-hold ng speakership ang representative ng party list?
Alam ko hindi.
Okay. I'm just curious kasi parang
Hindi kasi sa isang party list, kunyari party list, tatlo sila doon.
Depende.
Dalawa, okay, fine. Wala namang...
Depende sa number of seats na makuha.
Kunyari, dalawa o tatlo.
Kasi ngayon, ang nakakuha ng 3 seats, 2 lang na party list.
Whatever. Meron dalawa, meron tatlo, fine. Whatever it is. Now, sino yung magsi-speakership pag na-elect? Ganun yun eh.
Hindi, kasi pagdating sa party list, kung meron kang 3 seats, individuals na kayo. You have the same advocacy, pero individuals na kayo. So, one of them can...
I am not sure. Pero, kumbaga kung qualified sila for party list, please update us kung meron.
Curious lang ako kasi okay, they are considered representatives. Ngayon, limitations ba yun ng party list? Or, di ba?
Parang hindi. Parang alam ko hindi sila pwede mag-ano.
It's nice to know.
Hindi sila pwede mag-speakership. Anyway. Speaker Alvarez, nasa rules ng Congress yan, I'm not exactly sure kung pwede sila mag-speaker. Pero all points lead to pwede, parang pwede.
Feeling ko nga. Wala lang talagang magagawa kasi they don't have that much exposure. Plus,
and influence.
Technically marginalized yung represent nila.
Oops. Okay. Former Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez. Ito yung nakakaaway ni Sarah.
He has the experience.
He has the experience. I don't know if he's a good speaker. Kasi nga, biruin mo, one day speaker ka, natulog ka lang, kinabukasan, di mo.
You have to understand that the Speaker of the Representatives is actually number 4 sa line of succession ng Pangulo. Kasi when the President dies, or whatever happens, VP dies, kasi ano yan unlike nung kay Gloria, pumalit siya sa Presidente, kay Erap, she was well enough to choose her own VP. Diba? Pero kasi kung for some reason, some freak accident happens, sabay-sabay sila nawala or sunod-sunod without the opportunity to choose a successor. So it goes to President, VP, Senate President, yung Speaker, and then
Chief Justice.
Chief Justice.
So anyway, by the way, This article I'm reading from is brought to you by Philstar, written by Patricia Lourdes Vera. Okay? It's a well-written article. Thank you very much. Okay. She was, Alvarez was voted out of the House by Makapagal Arroyo. More than 180 members of the 292 member of House of the HOR voted Arroyo to replace Alvarez and 12 abstain. Ang take ko lang naman dyan kung kunyari, ang makakalaban mo si GMA, matras ka na ba?
Sumuporta ka na lang.
Oo.
Bigyan mo na lang ng magandang turnover.
The latest was, sabi dito, Alvarez has offered reconciliation. Tapos, ang sinabi lang ni Sara, Alvarez's offer for reconciliation was deceiving and lacked sincerity. Wow.
Okay.
Pag sinaktan mo talaga ang babae.
Maybe they know things that we don't.
Actually, marami daw sinasabi ni Sara yung kung bakit sila nag-away to begin with.
Sarah has been very outspoken.
He remains very dangerous, Machiavellian individual who do not deserve peace. Wow.
Perpetual war.
Palaging may pinaghuhugutan si Sara, si Inday. Lesser known, Fred Daniel Castro, House Majority Leader.
Hindi ko na yan. Ayun yung pumuposture nung last time. Fred Daniel, naalala ko pangalan niyan OA siya mag-posturing Sobrang grandstanding yan Okay.
So,
That's why.
He likes to grandstand and feeling niya it's enough for him to be thrown into the speakership.
That's why.
He's the president of the National Unity Party. Was re-elected as congressman for sa Capiz in 2019 midterm polls. This would be 6th term in the lower house.
Capiz?
Alan Peter Cayetano, kilala naman natin to, former Foreign Affairs Secretary Alan Peter, now representing his hometown Taguig and his wife District 2. Given up his cabinet post, lawyer din to si Alan Peter, I think he would do okay. Pero sa akin kasi ganito yan mga kaibigan, no? Pag ang speaker mo at Senate President mo ay masyadong kalyado ng presidente, parang nawawalan tayo ng checks and balance. Opinion ko yan ha.
Oo.
Nawawalan tayo ng checks and balance. Kasi syempre parang ganito yan Kahit na sabihin may prinsipyo, bla bla bla, nandun na tayong lahat. Pero barkada system is barkada system Ganun yun
Ang nakikita ko lang na nag-iisang benefit dyan is, and this is going to depend on whether the president is actually a very good person who is always looking forward the welfare of the country and the Filipino people, is that whatever he thinks is the best for the country gets passed very quickly. Nagkakaroon siya ng clear path to whatever direction he wants to go. Pero again, nobody's that perfect.
Yeah.
Even if it's driven by good intentions, people still make mistakes, bad judgment calls.
Sa akin lang, hindi magkakaroon ng healthy checks and balances kung lahat yan
Siguro put an independent person.
Pwede.
Diba?
Or probably yung tipong opposition na hindi masyadong radical.
Yung opposition
halimbawa, I would support
minority.
I would support halimbawa si Drelo na Senate President. Kasi it's good. Really. Dilawan nga yung mama, pero it's good.
True. Kasi hindi na siya nagkakaroon ng chance magsalita. Tulog Tulog.
Laging tulog. Gano'n.
Sa ngayon, calculated ang mga hirit niya. Hindi siya basta-basta.
Ever since naman. Hindi naman siya naglalabas ng mga Okay, according to him, Alan Peter Cayetano, Duterte wants to become speaker. Alright.
According to him. Cayetano is a trapo. That's it. Trapo siya.
Ang nakakatulog din sa news articles, bakit laging nandun yung pangalan ni Sara? Sara confirmed that Cayetano did not seek her endorsement. Pero bakit siya kasama sa balita parati? I'm always suspicious sa ganun.
You know what's funny is well, we know why she's doing that. She has plans. Even though she's not saying it, diba, we have suspicions na she has plans on running for possibly president or senator or whatever. Pero, andun eh, it's in our mind. Ngayon, if these anti-government media actually doesn't want that to happen, why are they sensationalizing this? Diba? If I was against that government talaga totally, I'm not gonna
I would
support
have to
this.
look, ang problema ko kay Sarah is temperament. Ang problema, yun ang problema kasi di ba nanununtok nga ng ano yan, ng process survey yan. I mean, okay. Small town mayor, fine. Pero pag nasa presidential ano ka na, arena ka na, iba eh.
We'll see.
Iba. So anyway, it's still
So
too far. It's still too far out to discuss her presidency. Pero napapansin ko lang parang masyadong matunog yung mga pangalan sa affairs ng tipong, hello.
She keeps,
Bakit? Anong papel?
she wants to stay relevant. That's how it is eh. So, eto nga,
I understand yung election. Kasi talagang
she's endorsing people.
Oo.
Pero
after no, quiet ka naman na.
Pero she wants to stay relevant because of future plans.
Probably.
So,
Pakinggan mo ito ha. He, Alan Peter, however, came with a veiled threat that if I endorsed Representative Velasco for Speaker, I would break the group.
So
Lupit ha?
he believes that he has that
Pull.
influence
Oo.
over the whole group.
Lupit ha? Si Pulong Duterte. Alright.
I think it's too early for him to.
Ang sabi ni Presidente, ako ay support Pulong maging speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi sabi ni Duterte, pag nag-speak,
Mag-resign siya. I don't believe that.
hindi kaya nga I support Paulo Duterte. Okay? Ano man ang qualification niya, I don't care.
Gusto mo lang tingnan ko totoo?
Hindi. Sana totoohin. Is he a lawyer, pare? Si Paulo? Could you check man? Kasi Paulo Duterte has been embroiled in Trillanes' exposés.
Which is,
Ewan ko lang kung totoo o hindi.
was never proven.
Never proven.
Kaya alam mo naman si Trillanes, puro ganyan.
Puro chismis. According to Sarah, it's possible, it should be best to address, should be addressed by our father because he's the president and our patriarch. So pag sinabi ni daddy na tumakbo ka.
Graduate studies at University of Southeastern Philippines, master's degree in public administration, and doctorate on public administration.
Oh, okay. Maganda yung
Doctor pala to.
Pwede. But hindi siya lawyer.
Hindi.
It doesn't say.
For public administration.
Okay.
Which suits
The position.
the position.
Hindi.
Hindi.
Pagka ganun,
Executive.
ano ka dapat? Mayor?
Doon naman siya galing.
Or, yun na nga, mayor ka, or kunyari, undersecretary ka, ganyan. Or presidente, or vice
Executive siya
president.
dapat.
Yeah, executive. Pero lawmaker siya ngayon, so well, tignan natin kung ano pwede niyang gawin. Aurelio Gonzalez, Pampangas. Aurelio Gonzalez served as PDP Laban Deputy National Campaign Manager in 2019 midterm elections. According to reports, Gonzalez has the backing of new PDP Laban senators, newly elected PDP Laban senators, including former Special Assistant to the President Bongo, former National PNP Head Rolando De La Rosa. So mabigat din to. So malamang ito yung mga kalaban ni Alan Peter sa sakali.
So yan ang mabibigat niya. Si Alan Peter, yan.
Pampanga lawmaker was a member of Lakas Campi. So GMA din to, supported ng GMA. Loren Legarda. Kilala naman natin yan. Dating senator, pababa na siya. And nanalo siya ng kongresista. And she would like to be speaker.
Saan siya representative?
I think this answers your question. Ay, Antique.
Antique.
Lon would be taking over Antique. Pero sa totoo lang, I've never been impressed with Legarda's lawmaking abilities. Wala
She
akong
was never outstanding.
makitang ano sa kanya. Wala akong makitang sterling na tipong nagawa niya sa
Walang
Senate.
defining.
Wala.
Walang defining topic for discussion.
Oo. Masyado.
Unlike si...
Meron yung ano yata. I think I remember now yung parang illegitimate children can use yung rights of the illegitimate children na pwede nilang gamitin yung surname
yung equal treatment siya
oh.
just like a legitimate child.
Kasi
So,
din siya.
Well, I'm okay with that. Illegitimate
Yun
or not.
Yun yata yung kanyang
So does that mean hindi na kailangan
signature
pumirma, hindi na required na pumirma si tatay sa likod ng birth certificate?
I think so. Yun ang requirement yun.
So, how do you prove that this person is really the father? Basta ilagay lang ni nanay doon yung pangalan sa birth certificate.
Hindi, ganito naman yan. Ang sinasabi kasi about proof of affiliation, merong open possession of affiliation. Katulad si daughter mo. She need not prove na ikaw ang tatay niya. Kahit hindi ka nakapirma sa...
Hindi, married kami. So,
Hindi, kaya kahit kunyari if you were abroad, hindi ka nakapirma sa birth certificate. Kahit nandun yung pangalan. She need not prove na ikaw yung tatay. Okay? Ang tawag doon, open possession of affiliation. Ngayon, kung sakasakaling malabo-labo ang affiliation sa'yo, kunyari malabo-labo, meaning may batasin tayo dyan kunyari within 180 days, wala kayong contact, biglang, example lang yun, kaya dahil nasa abroad ka nga, di ba? Meron kang ganon. And you died. Okay? Ayan, namatay ka lang. Okay. She has to prove affiliation.
Pero I have to contest that.
Hindi, somebody would have to, patay ka na ba nung mako-contest?
Maybe before I die, contest ko siya.
Kasi magmamana siya sa'yo. Okay? So, gano'n.
Pero at the end of the day, kasi if you're married, whatever you have goes to the wife, not to the children.
No?
Or half to the wife, half to the children.
Hindi, ang succession niya ganito. Kunyari, ano lang, additional knowledge lang. Kunyari, 100% ng assets mo. Okay? 50% goes to the wife.
And the half goes to whoever.
Hindi. 50%, okay, 50% na ito, di ba? Half of that goes to the wife, and half of that goes to your daughter.
Okay, so 3/4.
Ngayon, kung kunyari, meron kang 3-4 na anak, yung half na yan, the share of your wife is equivalent to the share of each child.
Okay. So your wife becomes part na makikinabang benefactor.
Ito kasing conjugal partnership
Tama.
Kanya na talaga
Half
yan.
talaga kanya na yun.
Half talaga yun.
Tapos mamanahin niya yung...
This is called the legitime.
Yung
The other 50% is called the legitime.
So this is the property of the father, and when he passes away, hahati-hatian nilang lahat including the mother. Okay,
50%
makes sense.
Okay? Sa lahat ng sama ng loob na binigay mo ka sa kanya.
Sa mission na inabot niya sa akin. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Next is Martin Romualdez.
So yan, gumagapang.
Sa mga pinakamakulit.
Gumagapang.
Oo. Ambisyoso talaga He is currently the president of Arroyo's Lakas CND party.
Okay.
Ang nag-endorse sa kanya ay si Prospero Pichay of Surigao del Sur. He claimed that Sara Duterte is endorsing Romualdez, but Sara denied it. Okay? Hindi ko alam kung anong qualifications ni Romualdez to be speaker or to be a good speaker.
Administration and management. Certificate of Special Studies. Bachelor of Laws, yeah.
Malamang lawyer yan.
Lawyer.
Upsilon Sigma pa, sir.
UP.
So, lawyer. He gets my vote kung sakasakaling gano'n. Although Romualdez pa rin, maraming problema ang Romualdez.
Romualdez ka, kayo ng presidente.
May Marcos pa sa Senado, tandaan niya. Ano na nangyayari sa atin. So anyway.
Okay, let's move.
Next is Lord Alan Velasco. Sabi niya, Sara Duterte sealed the pact to support him.
Lahat sila supported, ano? Claimed.
Hindi. May problema to dahil di ba nga, sabi ni Aaron Peter, pag sinuportahan mo siya, kakasira-sira tayo. Okay?
Hindi siya obra kay Lord.
Hindi siya obra kay Lord. Si Lord na yun eh.
Oo, si Lord na yun eh.
However, this supposed agreement between Sara Velasco seeks to avoid last year's House coup speakership. Similar with her statement denying the endorsement of Romualdez, Sara noted that Velasco has been supportive of the president's agenda. Okay. Mahirap kalaban si Lord.
Lord Alan ba ito? Lord Alan J. Velasco. Known as PA. Lawyer.
Okay. Pwede na rin siguro.
Marinduque. 41 years old. Batang-bata.
Pinakabatang speaker yata pag nag-speaker yan. Ngayon, according to Duterte, he will not, to cap this off, he will not meddle into the House speakership. Pero sabi niya, pag tumakbo daw si Pulong, magre-resign daw siya. Pulong! Takbo na.
Pag tumakbo, pag nanalo.
Sabi niya, pag tumakbo eh.
Pag nanalo. Okay, in any case. Are those all we have?
Yeah, yun lang ang tumatakbo nun eh.
So we'll see what happens. This is ongoing. July pa sila upo. So we'll see who sits as the speaker.
Okay. We'll move on to fun topic na relevant din. Magkano ba dapat ang baon ng isang estudyante? Yan.
Okay. Kasi nakakarinig tayo lagi na nung panahon ko, 25 centimos lang. Baon ko, 2 piso. Baon ko, 20 centimos.
Paano inflation?
We don't take into account yung inflation at saka pagbabago ng
Can we lay the groundwork first? Ganito yan. Di ba sabi nila, and I still believe it, hindi magandang masyadong maraming pera ang isang bata.
That's true.
Kasi wala pa siyang maturity to handle finances. And that's a very complicated subject, finances. Now, another point is, school food, school items na nabibili niya sa canteen or sa school supplies ng schools, wag naman ganun kamahal. Am I right?
So, I think it will depend on the school itself.
It's a little too expensive than the regular market price.
Pero kasi dito sa school ng anak ko, I can only speak for that right now. Regulated sila. Reasonable naman yung prices. Although it's a little, that's true, a little more expensive. Pero hindi naman OA. And also, may requirements yung dapat nilang i-serve.
May nutritional requirements.
Right.
So wala kang mga chicharedo.
Wala.
Ay, walang kwenta yun. Anong klaseng kailangan yan? Ilipat mo.
Ito ba, and this is not the school's fault. This is an ordinance ng Pasig. Wala silang juices. They only drink water.
Anong ginagawa niya pati bilangin ng mga bata? That's child abuse.
The funny thing is,
Masarap.
kasi before, may bili kami ng zesto. Binibig ko sa anak ko, baunin. Ngayon, ayaw niya kasi papagalitan daw siya. Kukunin. Talagang, okay na yan. C2, zesto, whatever she wants. Eh, sabi namin, whatever you want, as long as you study hard, anong gusto mong pagkain, bibigay namin. Not necessarily pera, pagkain. So,
Anything you want, basta pagkain.
right.
That's good.
So, hindi talaga pwede, mami, hindi talaga pwede, daddy, mapagalitan ako. She pushes back.
That is child abuse.
Pinipilit namin siyang,
Hindi
magdala
yung
ng
school.
ganun ba?
Ilipat mo ba?
Oo. Hindi, Pasig pa rin.
Hindi niya nai-enjoy natin.
Nainom niya naman sa bahay.
Yung mga nacho, parang araw, di ba?
Yung palabunutan ng itik.
Oo. Tsaka yun yung parang, ano yun, yung ostya na may
Yung how
how- hindi, ostya, pero meron siyang parang sugar.
Alam mo, how flakes, yung kulay orange.
Yung orange.
Oo.
Wala nang ganun. That is
Ang
child
lungkot,
abuse.
ano? Lungkot.
Malungkot. So anyway,
Pero yeah, siguro I think this is subjective.
let's put it this way. Ano nga ba? Magkano nga ba? What do you think is the right amount?
Siguro enough for them to be able to buy,
Not whatever they want.
right, to buy what they need.
What they need.
And a little extra for emergency. They should be given enough for them to be able to buy what they need, not whatever they want.
Pero di ba sabi mo lang na you give them her food,
Mhm.
but not money.
Not much money kasi she still needs it for lunch.
Hindi ka nababa.
Kasi whole day sila eh.
Hindi, okay, ganito, no? Here's what I believe. Siguro, alamin mo kung magkano yung isang, kung healthy school siya, no? Water, malamang.
Meron silang
Walang
water.
soda. Walang soda.
Meron silang free water dispenser that they can get. So she brings her own water bottle
Ba, okay
na puno na yun pag alis niya nasa bag niya. And then when she gets there, she can refill anytime.
Okay, that's good.
Dati meron din
Hindi,
naman
here's
tayo.
the question. Ano ba bang pwede niyong bilhin doon? Aside from yung lunch na.
Lunch, normally lang. Lunch lang.
Hindi, so ganito, no? Kung money for lunch money, okay? And probably an additional drink kung gusto niya lang. And hindi naman siya namamasahe dahil hatid sundo naman.
Right.
So, I guess that's enough.
Yes. Minsan 20 pesos na.
Pwede rin siguro, kunyari kung bibigyan mo siya ng extra, take 5 pesos or 20 pesos, di ba? 25. Bakit 25? You teach her to save.
No. So, this is also something we did before. We attempted, bibigyan namin siya ng 100. And she that's her money, lunch money for the whole week.
Oh, okay. Budgeting.
Right. We allow her to do the budgeting herself. Tapos, pag naubos yun, we don't give her anymore.
Sa bagay, provided naman ng school halos lahat.
Pag naubos niya yung pera niya, meron siyang pagkain. He has bread, yung mga cupcakes.
How did that work?
It was fine kasi minsan nakakaawa rin kasi na wala siyang pera. So,
Naubos niya.
there are times na naubos siya. Pero lately, okay. So far, I can see na
So,
meron siya.
everyday binibigyan mo? Ganun pa rin yung sistema na tipong week.
Sa ngayon, hindi na siya halos binibigyan.
Okay.
Halos hindi, pero I can see that.
Kunyari, ganito, no? If you just gave her enough and she needs probably paper sa school supplies, wala na siya pambibili.
Well, we make sure that she has supplies.
Hindi, kunyari, kalimutan.
Sa ngayon, meron siya laging extra money. Like at least
Okay.
5 or 10 or 20 most. Pasko ripot yung anak ko. May pera yun. Hindi niya ginagastos.
Okay.
Meron yung...
Ano yung pinag-iipunan niya?
Well, she has her own savings account. And she is aware of that. She sees yung passbook. And she knows that it's for her college fund.
Alright.
So whenever we joke around na, bili ka naman ng Father's Day, pakainin mo naman si Daddy, bawas natin sa pera mo. No! Pang college ko yan. Ganun siya lagi.
Anyway, let's just cap this off as walang actual amount. Kasi depende rin sa capacity ng magulang magbigay. Basta ito lang. Ang recommendation lang is something for the basic needs of the day plus just a little extra. Pag sinabing basic, wala nang, kunyari, if a school allows soft drink, whatever, water lang.
There was one time when the school cafeteria, we have a parang credit line na my daughter can go there, sign for food.
Okay na.
Problema is, one of the things that happened was, pagdating sa bayaran, ang laki ng binabayaran ni Mrs. Because my daughter is the philanthropist na pinapakain yung buong klase niya. May mga friends niya, bibili siya para doon sa kanila.
Namimigay,
Oo.
Generous.
So
Baka tatakbo.
we had to cut that credit line. Nagugulat si Mrs. na,
Hindi, bakit na lang hindi mo talk to the cafeteria na ito lang daily?
we did that, pero they want to make a sale. So,
Yeah, well, okay. So again, no, tignan niyo kung magkano ang expenses ng mga bata sa school. Say, magkano ang water and probably a meal. Tapos siguro konting extra lang and that's it. Whatever it is, the amount. Okay?
right.
Pero
Yeah,
nothing more exorbitant na tipong kahit na big time ka, binibigyan mo ng 200, 500 yung bata, that's a little too much.
If you can afford to do the same thing we did, yung teach her how to budget her own money, that would be fine. Pero kasi growing up myself, we did not have that luxury. We live on a daily basis.
Yes, pareho tayo.
Na talagang,
Araw-arawan ang bigay.
oo, arawan talaga ang bigay. Bibigyan ako ng 20.
Kunin
And
mga
that's
bunot.
it.
Hindi, ang tatay ko naman, ang ano niya, may standard yan 50 pesos.
Hindi, sa amin kasi talaga wala eh. Wala kaming ilalabas. During that time, medyo gipit yung buhay. So, even if my parents, kasi tinanong namin, ba't di man lang kami bigyan ng pang 1 week? Ano ibibigay ko sa inyo? Di ba? So, that was the problem back then. So, siguro, I think even if she wanted us to learn how to budget, we did not have that capacity at that time.
Sa amin naman, yun nga, daily, arawan talaga, bigay sa akin dad, religiously, kung ano man yung napag-usapan namin, yun yun.
Kasi ngayon, yung mga kapatid ko, when they were going to school.
Kasi alam mo, you and I growing up, wala yung mga ganyang cafeteria, yung tipong yung healthy
out of
food.
the school.
Oo,
Lalabas na
sa kantin. Sa ano yung HEPA center sa labas.
Oo. Pero may kantina nung high school ako, maganda naman yung kantina namin.
Hindi ko rin yung kantin ng mas marino sa mapangit na pagkain.
Oo.
Anyway,
Ate, ako, spaghetti ako.
yung spaghetti, ketchup spaghetti.
Yung ginawa ko pa dati, diluwagan ko yung paminta.
Para lang.
Bumuhos ko sa, kahit tagalit sa akin yung classmate ko.
Ang uso sa amin nun, yung tipo kanyari ito, yan. Kanyari chicken mo. Chicken mo. Bagong luto.
Uy, ay gano'n eh. Yung kanin, mainit. Mga kalokohan. Anyway, so yeah, you cannot set an amount. It should be proportionate to first yung magkano yung bilihin doon. And what are the needs.
Right.
Ngayon, kung yung anak mo, kung kumain 5 order ng kanin,
Mag-imbestiga ka na.
di ba? Pero I mean, if that's really how much he eats, syempre mas malaki bibigay mo.
Pero still, meron mga magulang, and we know some of our friends who we grew up with, na talagang pag nagbigay ang magulang, ang lupit.
Talagang, wow.
Magpapaparty ito.
May 100 ka.
And
Nakikita ko lang sa wallet ng nanay ko, hindi ko nahawakan yan.
it is not recommended you give children too much money. Yun yun. Not recommended.
And they lose the sense of importance ng pera.
Responsibility.
Parang feeling nila sobra, money is right there every time.
Anytime.
Na pag nawala na sila, biglang that's where they feel entitled na.
Okay.
You want them to experience hardship. You don't want them to starve, pero at the very least, maranasan nila yung what it is like to have just enough.
No, dahil hindi mo may tuturo yun through lessons.
Right.
Life lessons,
Kailangan
skills yun.
Personally, pagdaanan.
Right. Okay. So next, Patola segment before we end episode 8. Politika. Pati ba naman sa opisina?
Kahit saan meron.
Oli and I have already occupied managerial and support positions. So we basically know this topic from the rank and file perspective that we were once rank and file, and from the management perspective that we are managers now. So go ahead, para tirahin mo.
So, and this is something that I just told my wife, I think 2 days ago. 2 or 3 days ago. If you do not see, feel, or experience politics in the office, you are benefiting from it.
Very good. Very nicely said.
Right?
Nicely said.
Nakikinabang ka dun sa politika na yun.
Very good.
It's as simple as that.
Wala tayong technical
Wala.
difficulty. Wala, dire-diretso
We're
lang.
using a different application. So, that's what I'm saying. Laging merong politika.
Until we die.
What you need to understand is, first off, you have to accept the fact na laging merong office politics. Kahit na...
In every aspect of life, there's always
Yes.
politics. Always. Kasi, example na lang, in the house, okay? If you have more than one kin, favoritism.
Right.
Whether or not tinatanggihan. Oh my God, huwag na tayo magbulahan pa.
Ako swerte ako isa lang. So.
Di ba? Huwag tayong bulahan. Halata naman, hello. Hindi mo kunyari may nabasag ka versus nabasag nung isa.
Alam mo yung when you reach at this certain age, tapos makakwento ang mga kapatid mo, alam nyo kung sino yung paborito
Even if, tapos sila, hindi mas mahal ka. Right. Ulo.
Hindi ba yan, yung mga daladalang sama na loob hanggang ngayon. Bakit si ate nung ano? And we know that, pero we laugh at that.
Tatawan na lang yun. Pero
it's a reality.
Every aspect of life. Sabi nga niya na tipong yung hindi nakaka-experience ng politika, siya yung nakikinabang.
Kung feeling mo walang politikang nangyayari,
ikaw
yung nakikinabang. You are a benefactor of that politics, office politics.
And usually, kahit mga magkakapatid, yun yung favorite. Feeling niya, pantay tayong lahat. Hindi
Hindi. Pag hindi ka nagre-reklamo about politics, you are benefiting from that political structure on your environment. So, yun, there will always be that. First off, accept the fact that it is existing. It is there and it's there to stay.
Right.
Second,
human nature yan.
Second, if you are not the one benefiting, you see the politics happening, you don't always get the long end of the stick. You have to understand how to manage yung politics.
Right.
Know and this is true, mapangit pakinggan, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. Diba?
Sure.
So, you need to understand saan ka kakapit, saan ka medyo loose, sino yung pwede mong burautin, sino yung hindi dapat. You have to adapt to the politics.
Right. Ganun lang talaga.
Sometimes it's not gonna benefit you. Most of the time it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Depende kung gaano ka. Pag lagi kang nagigipit sa politika, may problema sa'yo. You have to rethink the way you handle politics.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright. Ganito naman nga. Politics is basically survival of the fittest. At talagang human nature yun. Okay? Human nature yan sa opisina. Now, we know this by from experience. At meron mga tao dyan na 10 to 15 years na sa opisina, nandun at nandun pa rin at hindi na po promote for some reason. Mahusay naman, maayos naman tao. Pero hindi bang masyado kang idealistic, ay sorry, hindi ito yung mundo mo. Now, let's talk about fair play in politics. Okay? Fair play will always be healthy with good public relations. Okay? Kasi halimbawa, 5 tayong empleyado, 5 tayong mahusay, lalo na kung simple lang naman ang trabaho. 5 tayong pareho ng output, pareho ng gawa, walang late, walang absent. Pero yung isa, medyo makaibigan.
Mr. or Miss Congeniality.
Oo. Malaking bagay yun, pare. Kahit na kahit pare-pareho tayo ng output, pare-pareho tayo ng skills, pare-pareho tayo ng alam, pare-pareho tayo ng pasok, pare-pareho tayo ng gano'n. Walang problema sa atin, attitude-wise. Kung tahimik lang tayo lahat at yung isa medyo friendly.
Sometimes kasi, okay, so let's for argument's sake, sobrang fair ng boss mo. Yeah, talagang he looks at credentials. Pero yun nga, yung scenario na yun na everything is breaking even, diba? You have to find another factor. Ano yung
What
determining
sets you
factor?
apart from the rest?
So, kasi there are people who exercises, talaga makikita mo na overwhelming na may potential to lead. Makikita mo yan Sometimes they don't even have to exert an effort Talagang the way they act, the way they talk, makikita mo yan. So, these people becomes favorites. Or, for example, alam mong, meron siyang history of leading and he just had to start entry level, pero you know that he has more potential, diba? You'd most probably pick him.
Right.
So, but that is when fairness is into play. Ngayon, ito yung politics. If I'm the boss and there are 4 or 5 people under my supervision, kung lahat sila pare-pares ng skills, I would normally choose the person that I have better relations with. Which means, tropa.
True. I mean, wag ganon. That's bordering on unfair ka na.
Well,
Yung tipong, someone, yung nakakausap mo na lang, ganon, huwag naman tropa.
We're taking into consideration na skills are
Hindi, pantay nga. Pero
break-even.
yung isa nakakausap mo, yung tipong medyo, yung tipong mas,
You're loose with,
loose with,
comfortable ka.
yes.
Ngayon, why would I do that? Unang-una, why would I work with somebody whom I'm not comfortable with? Siyempre, kukuha ako nung...
Kasi maraming ganito, pare. Okay, pare-pareho nga ng output 5. Wala nang ginawa maghapon.
Kasi tapos na.
Hindi, trabaho lang.
Trabaho lang.
Trabaho. Walang PR skills.
Sometimes it's as simple as, boss, tapos ko na itong ganito lunch.
Kumain ka na?
Kumain ka na ba? Yung, alam mo, nagdadala ng pagkain lang sa opisina. Di ba? Mga ganun ka,
Okay.
Sabihin mo ba sip-sip, pero, I mean...
Here's the bad part of it. Politics without good output is bad.
Nepotism.
Hindi. Kunyari, ako yung laging sa atin. Kunyari, 5 tayo. Ako yung laging. Okay? Yung kulang yung output ko versus kayo lahat mas mahusay sa akin. Tapos babanatan ko ng favoritism. Hindi, papasok ako ng sip-sip. That's bad. Okay. It's not, ganito. Marami kasing speakers na nagsasabi politics is bad or not advisable in the office or ganyan-ganyan. It's a negative thing. True, it is a negative thing. But there's nothing you can do about it.
Right. It is
Okay?
existent.
Yung mga ganung mga virtuous statements, napakadaling sabihin dapat walang politika sa opisina.
Dapat.
Paano?
In
Diba?
a
In a perfect world, in an ideal world. But the truth of the matter is, it's always a battlefield inside work. Okay?
Unless you're comfortable
To get ahead, to get promoted, to get noticed, to get lahat. Okay? It's always a battlefield.
Right.
Now, there's a right way of doing it, there's a wrong way of doing it. Ngayon, the right way of doing it is pabibo ka with good output,
Right.
be friends with your boss, napopromote ka yan.
You still do your job.
Right. Pabibo ka.
Ngayon, above and beyond, kung talagang gusto mo maging bibo.
Oo. Ngayon, kung kunyari mediocre ka nga yung performance mo tapos gusto mo lang maging close sa boss para whatever, that's bad.
Pero you know what?
From the boss's perspective, dapat sharp ka sa ganun. Alam mong pangit yung performance, ba't may po-promote?
Right.
Just because...
I've had a lot of team members that are like that. Alam mo yung umpisa pa lang na they start asking questions trying to know what your interests are, and then they pretend that they're also interested in it. Tapos when you start asking specific questions, hindi nila alam talaga. Like for example, I like guns, for example. Diba? I'm into guns. Tapos biglang, talaga boss, ako din kasi ganyan, yung mga rin. When you start asking specific questions yung mga model ng baril, brand, biglang, narinig ko na rin yan Wala talaga siyang That's where you identify yung mga tao na gusto lang talagang pumosisyon. And
these people are dangerous.
Yes.
As a manager, as a leader sa isang organization, you have to be sharp knowing who you can rely on. Yeah.
You have to know.
Ako, ganito yan, when I lead the team, it's always lahat kayo 100 points. Okay?
Merit system.
Merit system. In my book, 100%, 100 points. Ngayon, pag merong isang outstanding na performer, okay? -5 yung iba.
Okay.
Parang ganun. Minus 5 yung iba.
Or
outstanding
plus,
performance Hindi, 100.
Masasap yan.
100 minus 5 hindi ba? Okay, fine. Tapos, kung wala kang PR skills naman, kahit top performer, minus 5 ka rin, so di pantay pa rin kayo. Okay? Samantalang friendly at, kumbaga, friendly tong apat, yung ganon, hanggang sa a leader comes out, I make my own metrics, personal metrics lang naman yun. Kanya performance, attitude, di ba? Yung basic na lates, absences,
Kasi I look at attitude.
and
Behavior.
relation between coworkers.
Right.
Yun yung top markers ko.
Right.
May
Is the
mga
person
grading,
that they will respect if I put him in charge of these guys.
of a project.
Oo.
Now, yun nga, ito minus 5, minus 2, minus ganyan, until 1 comes up. Kasi wala namang perfectong tao. So, ganun lang. Now, to that person, I'll probably give responsibilities, more additional. Tignan natin kung magbe-break to. Kasi ibang usapan yun Kunwari, binigyan mo, tipong ganun nga siya, siya yung lumabas na star performer. Binigyan mo ng additional responsibility na windang.
Biglang nag-panic, ano?
Nawala ng kwenta, di ba? So, gano'n. And I basically, ako ugali ko, I try to, when I become friendly with a particular staff member, usually performer yun. Sa akin kailangan performer ka muna before I become friends with you. Sa akin yun.
Ako,
Friendly.
I try to have open communication with everyone because that's how I get more information.
Pwede.
Back when I was still smoking, I grabbed random persons to come take a break with me. And we have this casual conversation, pero I'm digging deeper onto their personality.
Pwede.
Na parang, what do you think will happen if, what do you think are the common problems nyo? Di ba? Tapos you will see who are potential attritions. Di ba? Talaga, malaki bibigayan doon. You will hear that.
Or eto naman, sa mga co-managers, meron din may sarili silang warfare. Going up din naman. And it's higher stakes.
Yes.
Higher stakes kasi ang assumption ng upper management sa'yo, lalo na kung nag-a-assume ka ng upper management, mahusay ka na. Okay? So, what makes you more mahusay than the other mahusay na manager then?
Right.
Naku, mabigat yun.
Usually yan, you take additional responsibilities.
Pwede.
You proactively ask for additional
Pwede.
responsibilities.
Okay? So, mas higher stakes ang labanan doon kasi ang assumption is managers na kayo mahuhusay na kayo lahat.
Kasi you want to have medals under your
Mas madali ang manager to rank and file dahil merit system nga Pero hindi bang ikaw na yung nandun.
Kasi pagka management amongst themselves, iba-iba na yung discarded. Although they are still aiming for the same results. Iba-iba yung approach
Pero kunyari, parang ganito. For both managers of a particular floor, yung nga lang iba yung count mo, iba yung count ko.
Okay.
So, yung metrics natin na tinitignan kung paano tayo mag-manage ng mga supervisor natin.
So, hindi mo siya pwedeng i-standardize just like when you do, people doing the same job. These people are, maybe they're the same position, pero
outbound ka, tech support ako,
iba yan
magkaiba.
So,
I guess, yung metrics na is performance talaga.
At the end of the day, performing ba?
Performance na talaga. Ano ba, ang lupit nga ng performance mo, yung attrition mo na, hello.
Tatanggal mo kasi lahat.
Di ba?
Parati ka na sa hiring
Okay, doktor ka ng report, kailangan tayo gano'n. Di ba? Hindi pong yung call time mo, yung hello.
Bakit gano'n? Nagbabago yung numbers.
Parang pag tinignan mo yung call time nila ng team niya, parang masyado kayong mabilis.
Or masyado kayong pambaba, kaya selective ba kayo?
Diba? But anyway,
So,
meron kong kilalang manager and shout out to you pag nagkita tayo, suntukin kita Alam mo to, tinuturuan niya pa paano mandaya yung mga agents niya para bumaba yung call time nila. Sa kanya nang galing. Anak ka ng waiting.
May mga kilala ko. Usually ito, mga veterano.
Sila pa yung nagtuturo ng kalokohan. Ikaw, ako, I pride myself of teaching the proper way of doing things to my team.
Correct.
Maririnig mo siya, nagtitrain siya ng team, ganito team, guys, ganito pag ganyan niya, i-drop mo na. Gusto kong suntukin ng putya.
Ako naman, take your time. Learn the ins and outs. The more you do the same thing the right way, the handling becomes shorter kasi you become more efficient. Quality over quantity.
Ako rin ganun.
High quality yan.
Ngayon, pag kunyari, quality call ka, masyado ka matagal, bakit?
Then
80% masyado kang excess,
you tweak yung
you tweak that.
Ano yung mga what can we do without?
You can tweak that.
You go through the details.
Right.
Small details. So, yeah. So again, bottom line,
Buti na hindi ko na nakikita yung thickness. Tukin ko talaga yung
bottom line, there is always office politics.
Just live with it.
Learn to deal with it.
Yes. Now, kung kunyari meron kayo specific questions regarding how to deal with difficult bosses, put it in the comment section. Subscribe nga pala, pare. Subscribe sa ating channel. You can ask us and we'll give you no bullshit responses.
Whatever we've gone through based on experiences.
Yeah.
Maybe the other commenters can also provide their input.
Feedback.
You guys can talk to each other. Be nice to each other.
Okay.
Wala namang tawagan ng tanga. Hindi naman tayo si attorney ka doon eh.
We cap episode 8 with Happy Father's Day.
And zero technical issues.
Zero technical issues for yung ating Maria Ressa problema. Okay. Just something to look forward to. On episode 9, selling China flags at Luneta, may problema ba? Cubao to Makati in 5 minutes. Promise, ha?
155 kilometers per hour.
Oo nga. Ano ba? Hindi, baka helicopter, pare. Ano ba ang Hajj at bakit mas importante ito kaysa housing? Di ba na medyo natatawag si Duterte about it. GSW versus Raptors. Anyari? Yun ang ating Patola. Kasi may nakalagay dito rape jokes at na-take na natin pala doon sa anti-bastos law. And we have discussed it thoroughly doon sa ating episode 7. Okay? Thank you very much sa inyong isang oras na naman. Isang oras ba? Ba? We're improving. Episode 8 ends with, my name is Patrick. Thank you for listening to Anything Under 3 Stars in the Sun, brought to you by
PinoyMattersTV. And my name's Oliver. Thank you very much. And thank you for the support.
Subscribe, ha?
Subscribe. Discuss.
Saan tayo available?
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram.